Aaron, why do you think you guys missed some of those wide open plays downfield today?
I mean, I missed a couple throws for sure. I'm not sure exactly which ones you're talking about, but I definitely missed a couple throws.
What happened on that third down to Lazard? Looks like he was going from across from your right to left.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see exactly where the ball was. Had some people in my face, but I feel like I probably should hit that one. I couldn't see where it finished.
It was finished high.
High?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not that high. I mean, it seemed like it was close.
Got to throw a better ball.
What happened on the one to Sammy across the middle?
Yeah, I just missed the throw.
Given the way Sunday went, are you surprised by this tonight?
Well, I thought Ryan played really well for them. They stopped the run, gloved us in the back end. We knew this crew doesn't throw a lot of flags. So, combine that with, me missing some throws and us not capitalizing on a couple opportunities like Keyshawn's return there. Getting points there obviously hurt us, but we just never could kind of get over that hump and get the ball back with a chance to take the lead.
Did you have concerns coming in about being able to run the ball on these guys, and what was the alternative if that wasn't going for you?
Well, we felt, after last week, felt good about running the ball on anybody, but they've been averaging like 66 yards per game the last, 7 or 8, so knew it was going to be tough. They're stout in the middle, good linebackers. Knew we got to throw it. We had obviously a lot more third and long situations today and just didn't convert enough of them.
Where do you go from here, Aaron?
Home.
Okay. Well, as a team, after, again, I know we talk about a lot, man. You won a lot of games here. This is a pretty rare spot for you.
Yeah, season's not over. There's still 6 opportunities left. We got a tough game. Got to go to Philly. Hopefully we can, these few days, get a little healthy, refresh the mind, and then obviously we got to win these next games.
Can you?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
What would you say the reasons would be that you can? If you don't, why can you win them?
Well, I think last week showed us a lot, the possibilities. This week we just didn't play as complimentary on all 3 phases. You got to be excited about the way Christian's played the last 2 weeks. So, Kabi coming back today, I think led us some receiving yards. That was a big jolt for us. As you guys know and have talked about, we need to run the football effectively to win, and didn't do that today. So, had to find a way, schematically or otherwise, to run it effectively. And when we got opportunities one-on-ones, we got to win one-on-ones. I got to throw the ball better than I did tonight. There's not a lot of margin for error for us, and definitely not when a team is stout, but it gives you some opportunities. Got to hit on those plays.
You said after Sunday that you put the ball exactly where you wanted to, pretty much on every throw.
Yeah.
What was the difference then tonight? Conditions, thumb, just not in what?
I couldn't tell you, point to one thing. I'm not going to make excuses about my thumb. It's been the same since New York. I don't know. I got to go back and look at it. I felt like fundamentally I was, in a good spot. But just didn't have the same type of consistent grip and ball coming out the same way. I threw a lot of kind of wobblers tonight. So there was some wind, but just missed a few throws I should have had. I mean, definitely the one to Sammy and the one to Allen for sure.
It's not often you get booed. What's it like hearing those? Not you personally, but as a group.
Interesting. It's the best I can give you.
know, I feel like there's been attempts with questions for the last month or so to try and get you to give a relax or run the table, right? Like, and you keep saying, look, those have to come from somewhere. But forget about us. What do you do to kind of rally the guys in the locker room? Like, it doesn't really matter what you tell us, but you gotta, how do you keep them from saying, well, you know, here we are now, 4-7, we wasted what we did against the Cowboys, and what do you do with them?
Well, it's got to be multiple guys. You know, it can't just be one person. Otherwise, the voice kind of gets drowned out by the white noise of the standardness. So it's got to be multiple guys saying the same things. So it's a call to all the leaders in the football team, not just the 6 elected captains. But we got to play up to our potential. If we play up to our potential, we can win our last 6 games. I'm confident of that. Obviously, I got to play up to my potential. Tonight wasn't it.
Amazon showed you on the sideline after Tennessee got the ball at the end and threw the pass, and you're like bundled up and you look like you're staring kind of off into space. Maybe you weren't, but what were you thinking at the end there?
Just about what could have been. You know, the momentum that could have been with a win tonight. Frustration around a couple throws. Frustration around the opportunity that was in front of us to go to 5-6, to have great momentum going into this mini bye. That was probably it.
How long does it take for the feeling that you have right now to wear off?
I mean, we have a little extra time this weekend. Be an important time for all of us to clear our minds. I feel like tomorrow morning I'll be, after looking at this thing, hopefully putting it to bed, but a little more time on a short week to think about a loss like this.
2 more?
What'd you see on the play where he ended up taking the 12-yard sack play?
I saw Randall get blindsided as I was about to throw it to him. You know, we were just gloved down the field. I was trying to find a spot to get to get the ball somewhere. And I honestly didn't see whoever that was that sacked me until the last second. And couldn't get rid of it.
You said a couple times about wanting to maybe go up-tempo, if that would help things. How would that look? Would you have to call the plays? What would be the, how would you go about doing it?
I mean, the beauty in the meshing of systems that we did a few years ago, as far as terminology, is we can call everything at the line of scrimmage. So that's a possibility. We've talked about that. We did a little bit of that a couple games ago with some effectiveness. But, you know, we'll see. It's easier at home for sure. But we've done on the road for many, many years doing that. Not sure if that's going to be a part of the plan or not.
And the advantage of that would be what?
I just think anytime you're in a funk offensively, this is, you know, what Mike and I used to talk about. If it was, you know, 2, maybe 3 series where you're just not moving the ball efficiently, changing the tempo after maybe the first play of the drive is a way to just keep the defense, you know, having to make quick calls. You're playing at home, you can a lot of times hear most of the calls. So a good way to just get some plays quickly and get that urgency maybe picking up a little bit. The few times we went on a quick count, you hit Cobby for across the middle for like 30, and we had another positive play in the run game as well. So maybe I just got to mix up some of the cadences a little bit too. But we got to get, you know, substitutions in out the huddle a little better. And, you know, if we do up tempo, that can just stay in the same personnel. And we've had success over the years doing that, and this season in some of the call situations.
We thought, I'm not trying to put Christian in the Hall of Fame. He's had 2 good games. I get it, but do you need to get him the ball more often just because he's that one guy who can really get you something?
Well, I mean, the answer is yes. Yeah, I think we got to get the ball to our playmakers, and he's stepped up the last 2 weeks, the last 2 games, the last 5 days. You know, that over-the-shoulder catch, I think, opened up a whole new world of confidence for him. We caught him with too many on the field. And I gave him a trust ball, threw it up in the back of the end zone, and came down with it. So he's playing with a lot of confidence. If you look at the week of practice prior to last Sunday, he had, many drops really throughout practices for the season. And the last few days, no drops. He caught everything today. Yes, we got to give him the ball more.